In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Clone Trooper with space gear for the Clone Wars line. And he's part of the Wolf Pack and featured in the Malevolence episodes early on in the series during Season 1. This is an action figure that's been in my collection for many years. I actually got this guy at Walmart back in 2008 or 9, I think it was. And it was in the very first Clone Wars packaging. And I think I have mentioned him before because I got him alongside one of the 41st Elite Corps clones, and then also the red ARC Trooper Commander that was part of the Saga Legends line. Distinctively recall getting all three of those together, all three of these together. So you probably wouldn't notice at first glance, but he's actually just a repaint of the common clone sculpt that we were getting at the time with some extra gear added in. And he's not specifically named at all. I know Sinker and Boost are probably the most famous clones that we see in this particular armor. And you can take a lot of this gear off from him. Although I will admit it is kind of tricky for some of it. So for the video, I'll just do the best I can and try and show you as many of the components as possible. So for the helmet, it does have the Wolfpack logo painted on the top here. And that logo is translated onto his shoulder as well. Very nice paintwork here. Like the more of a maroon color or mahogany. Have it on his legs as well. He is super articulated, but his neck is kind of restricted because of all this gear here. So you won't be moving it too much. In fact, it's more of on a swivel instead, but it is a ball joint. And of course, all the usual points. Joint the torso there, and the swivel hips, and so on. So for the extra space gear here, first you have the jetpack, which I think this is the same one that comes with the Obi-Wan from the movie and in Season 1. See, mine's a little yellowed, I think. It does have the missile here, which does fire out. Doesn't have much of a spring to it. Then you have the respirator, the breathing gear here, which that pops out as well. Then you have the holster here on the front, which houses DC-17 pistol. I wish more clone troopers had this. I think it's a great idea. Seems practical, and I would think more clone troopers would have something like this. And as you can see, the pistol is cast in a kind of a light gray silver color. Something a little different. And of course, he does have the carbine as well. And then for the this extra armor here, it can be taken off, but you have to pop the head off. I've only done it once in the 16, 17 years I've had this action figure, and I had a very hard time with it. In fact, it's so difficult you would probably almost have to boil the head just to be able to get it off the ballpoint there. So I'm not going to be doing that for this video. But you can take this off. All you do is just pop the head off, pull this off as well, and then you can get them looking a little more accurate to what we see in Season 1 there. But it's pretty much just the same thing. It does have the extra paint there on the back. I think he looks pretty good with that anyway. If you do want this particular Space Trooper without all the extra gear on it, I would probably suggest the Abrogado Ray set, which includes Sinker and Boost. And I think it has a few other action figures as well. Maybe a Plo Koon and maybe one of the search droids. And you specifically do need this on in order to fit the jetpack on. This fit into place securely. And yeah, looks pretty good. Wouldn't mind getting a second one of this guy down the road as well. Never really occurred to me back in the day. But in those days, most of the time I just had one clone of each in my collection. Definitely the age I am now, if I could go back to 2008 and 2009, I definitely would have been loading up a lot of the Clone Wars animated figures at the time. Probably would have got several of this guy. But I think that's pretty much all I can really tell you about the Clone Trooper and Space Gear here. Kind of have to have him lean forward a little bit. And he looks great alongside Commander Wolf. Too bad we didn't get Wolf in his regular officer's uniform. And before he had the scar. Then we have Plo Koon there. And that's pretty much it for my Wolf pack for the Clone Wars animated line. But like I said, hope to add more in the future. But would I recommend this Clone Trooper for your collection? I would if you're a big fan of the Wolf pack, the animated line, anything of that sort. He's a great action figure. As far as price is concerned, I'm actually not sure. It's been a while since I've ran across him on eBay. But I don't recall him being outrageously expensive. He's probably a little bit more than retail at this point, since it's been several years now. But I don't think it's outrageously expensive where it's out of the realm for most people. If I had to bet on it, he's probably somewhere in like the $20 to $30 range brand new. And he did get a few repacks later on in the line, like in the red and white packaging, for example. I don't know if Shadow of Darkside got one or not. But he at least got one repack down the line. So that probably helps balance out the price a little bit. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for playing more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. And check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.